From the one and only, this is a Local 10 News Update, sponsored by FHIA, Florida Home Improvement Associates.
And good afternoon, South Florida. I'm Christy Kruger. Here's a look at some of the stories making news on this Wednesday. We have a story developing right now. An accident involving construction workers happened in Miami this morning. Sky 10 was over that scene. We're told 2 workers were left hanging from their safety harness. The scene on Southwest 28th Lane. It appears the scaffold malfunctioned, somehow causing those workers to get trapped 35 feet above the ground. Miami Fire Rescue got those 2 men down safely. Shooting in Northwest Miami-Dade is also under investigation. This happened at Northwest 102nd Street at 26th Avenue. We now know a man was shot in the head and died at the hospital. No word if there have been in this case. And there was a deadly crash involving a bicyclist under investigation, too. It happened at Northwest 11th Street at 27th Avenue. We're told the wreck also involved a truck. Sky 10 was there. We're told the victim is a construction worker who was riding his bike to work. The driver of the truck did stay at the scene.
Listen to Local 10's podcast, The Florida Files, wherever you are, whenever you want. Just say, Alexa, play the Florida Files podcast.
Getting the latest episode of Florida Files. Here it is from TuneIn.
Previously on the Florida Files.
Or just ask Siri, I want to hear the latest Florida Files podcast.
Here's the newest episode of the Florida Files.
Get the Florida Files on Alexa, Google Home, or Apple devices just by saying play the Florida Files podcast. The Florida Files from the one and only Local 10.
New documents from the NTSB revealing that workers ignored warning signs before that deadly FIU Bridge collapse. Investigators detailed large cracks in the structure. 6 people were killed when the bridge fell on 8th Street back in 2018. MCM is disputing some of those claims, saying there were numerous design errors and omissions in the calculations, and the project suffered from miscommunication between the contractor as well as the designer about that cracking. As breaking news happens, we have you covered on air and online. Head to local10.com for more local news coverage and updates all day long.